Hi, it's John Gindick, and I put on blues harmonica jam camps in the Mississippi Delta 3 times a year. And one of the things that I've noticed, there's so many people who come to jam camp, and also something that I work with on them, is this tendency to fight your harmonica. And by fighting your harmonica, I mean it's what people look like when they're playing. Their faces are drawn, you're sucking hard, and I know that this comes from making a small single note hole right here, because you want to get that single tone. So say you go to your 2 draw and you put the harmonica out like this, and get a single note, and you can jam. But you never get tone. You never get the rich, fat tone. Now the message that is so difficult to hear and to get across is that you play harmonica not from your lips, not from the harmonica, but actually from inside your body. And that's how you get the best tone, and that's also how you stop fighting your harmonica, is playing from inside. Now here's an example that's really fun to do. You've probably seen Sonny Boy Williamson play this way, and it's actually not that hard. Put the low end of the harmonica in your mouth like this. And start inhaling and exhaling, and you'll hear that with the harmonica inside your mouth, your tone on your chord is incredible. Do it. This is really a good exercise to get the feeling of how your harmonica should feel and how it should sound. It's also an excellent way to start practicing and getting into tongue blocking, because you can put your tongue on these holes and take it off, and if you're doing it to a rhythm, you've got some instant music. Now the real challenge comes from getting it from the outside of your mouth, inside of your mouth, so that you're playing it properly on the outside. So if you say you start, just for this example's sake, on the inside and do what I just did, pull it out, but keep it all the way back. You've got the sound with the chord. Now, articulation, that's how you start notes, how you stop notes, and you can go ta-ta-ta. And tonguing, I call that tonguing. It's like saying the consonant ta, 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 ta. It's right there on the ridge behind your teeth. I used to teach people to play that way. And it's really good for chugging, for playing chords. All right, now chords are great, and one of the things you can do with them is tongue block them. But you have to start with a good chord. What's a bad chord sound like? It's fighting the harmonica. Since you play in second position and you're just messing around with your chords, well, remember at least to make your draw chord, your cross harp draw chord, a little longer and a little louder. That's the chord of the key you're playing in. your inhale chord. Now the next step, you want to articulate into a single note. Articulate is how you start and how you stop the notes. I know I just said that. And so I recommend for single notes that you use the K consonant. Now, do what I just did, holding that K feeling on your airstream, and feel how it arches out the roof of your mouth. And look at my lower lip. It's out in kind of a pout. My jaw is not closed like that. It's open. I can feel it. It's right here between my teeth. It's about a finger's. It's like the size of a finger. It's open that much. And that makes my lip narrow. Look how the harmonica is tilted slightly up. It gets the harmonica back. I tell people to put the harmonica back in the corners of your lips. Now it's got to be just like a chord, just like the chord that you're playing inside, only it's on this embouchure where your mouth is dropped and you're oval and you're getting only one note. And your lips are blocking out hole number 1, number 2. See how big it is. Now what a lot of people do is bring that harmonica in too low to their face. That creates that fighting feeling. Clicking, using that K consonant, that breaks up the notes, but it also makes you play from your throat. Hear that fat tone on my 2 draw? Now, to get a blues feeling, almost in any instrument, blues piano or blues guitar, a lot of times you slide in from the note next door. And the harmonica, I think it sounds the bluesiest if you slide in like from the 1 into that 2. Now that brings us to the next thing, and that's moving the harmonica. Another way that people fight the harmonica is by moving it in a really jerky, hurried, non-musical way, like. And even when they're doing a lick, it's hard for me to do it, kind of. But I wanted to talk about moving the harmonica. And when I remember a point in my harmonica life where I worked on making things smooth so the notes would blend in together. And that's definitely something to do. If you're working on a riff like the 4-draw down, well, you want to get good at going from inhale to exhale. So 4-draw to 4-blow. Now you've got to go into your 3-draw. Well, okay, that's a little complicated, right? It's not just draw, blow, but you also need to move the harmonica. You're moving it one hole, and I say don't move it across your lip. Drag it on your lower lip. So, and now you're going from 4 exhale to 3 inhale. So just practice that move of exhale on 4, drag on this, and inhale on 3. You know, we often want to put a little draw on that 3, and so I would include that, a little bend on it, and I would include that if you're bending. Not only is it a great riff, but it'll sound cool when you link it up with the down riff. 4 draw, 4 blow. Practice the inhale or the exhale. Now make the 4 blow to the 3 draw inhale smooth again. It's just a small little move, and I'm not hurried. I going like that. You don't have to hurry. It doesn't have to be jerky. So for moving one hole, that's a really good idea. Sliding in. There, I do slide across the hole. So you see, I'm sliding into every hole of the riff, and it's kind of neat. So get good at both dragging the harp and sliding for multiple notes or for slide-ons. All right, now, a lot of times people just can't get any energy going when they play. And what they're not thinking about, forgetting about, is how they end their notes. Staccato gives energy, it gives intensity. And I'm not talking about playing every note staccato, but to end the notes with energy and resolve. A little louder. Da. Hear how that gives that last note having something to it. Now if I went, it just wouldn't have any energy. So get into being able to end those notes staccato, and that will help put some energy in your music. I'm going to try to play unself-consciously on this C harp, and we'll hear how I use both volume change and note ending to make my point. At least I hope so. And then to end it, I made each little millimeter of tone count using my vibrato. I didn't end it in an abrupt, haphazard way. I ended it as though I had just said something significant. And those kinds of sounds usually start softer, get a little louder and bigger, and trail off. That's kind of a soul thing. Putting that cry in. All right. Now another thing, as you get better and as you're bending notes, and see my videos on bending, use that 4-draw bent a lot. Say a riff where you're going 2 draw to 3 draw. 4 blow to 4 draw. Get that into your muscle memory, but also bend that 4 draw and it makes your riff so minor. Huh? Okay, so that's just a little snippet of a lesson. Why don't we just end it with Okay, let's play a little blues in the key of G. This is a 12-bar blues progression, and I use G7th, I make a C ninth, and a D ninth. Those are the way I make my chords pretty much for you guitar players out there. On the harp, we got a 2-draw. Now a little phrase like that, all on the 2-draw, I'm just going like. All right, baby, you sound good. Don't forget to click. Using that K, that makes you initiate the note in your throat. Gives it a little edge. To that 4-draw bend. It's really pretty neat, and I didn't realize I was doing it a lot until recently. So that's why I pointed out to you now. Get that 4-draw bent and hammer it home, man. It makes you riff so bluesy and minor. Oh, you sound great. Imagining you playing, man. I'm digging it. All right, I hope this little lesson in jam has been fun for you and been helpful for you. There's a lot to work on. It's not like you just watch the lesson and now you have the information. No, you have to actually spend some time moving that harmonica, learning to do it smoothly, and really spend some time on the inside of your throat, learning to push it out from the inside, to expand it, and to initiate your notes using the K consonant. You draw notes from your throat, and you'll find that you can move that clicker, I call it your clicker, around. You can move it so it feels it's up here, or you can move it so it feels like it's down here in your throat. And wherever you click, that's where you're going to be initiating your note from. And where you initiate your note from in your throat, well, that's what determines your bends and your tone and all kinds of things. So it's funny, it's surprising how important it is to get this idea that you play harp from the inside, not in your mouth and not in the harmonica. All right, hope to see you at Jam Camp. Come to my website, bluesharmonicajamcamp.com. These are great events in the Mississippi Delta. The last 5 days, we're about 30 people. I bring in 6 coaches, bring in bands for you to jam with. And we teach you all day long, and we also jam. We teach you how to jam. It's all about you. Raw beginners come, and very good harmonica players come too. Our coaches are really wonderful, sharing, gentle folks who play the hell out of their harmonicas. All right, thanks a lot.